Hello everybody, and I'm so sorry for the very long wait on the video, but as you recall, I introduced Caser Labs last time, and I spent quite a long time perfecting the new design for it. So this is the Galacticraft mod showcase for all of the miscellaneous items. Now there are a few things that I didn't cover in this video, and so I'm probably going to, if I can remember guys, I'm sorry, might forget, but if I can remember, I am going to cover them in the next video, which will focus mainly on all of the rockets and vehicles, how they work, and everything along those lines. So let's go ahead and walk right in. So first thing I'm going to show you guys is the large assortment of raw materials in the mod. So the first one is aluminum, which to get aluminum you can smelt it from aluminum ore, as you'd probably expect, but there's aluminum ore on Earth, the asteroids, and Venus for you to obtain aluminum. And actually I need to remember this. So aluminum is now you'll most of the time find aluminum being used in its compressed form, but it is also commonly used to make types of wires. Next we have copper, which you smelt it from copper ore on Venus, the Moon, Mars, or on Earth. And copper, if there are tools from other mods, Galacticraft copper will work with those tools, and they are also used to make canisters, but mostly compressed copper is going to be used. And then tin, you can get tin from Earth or Venus, as well as Mars and the Moon. And you'll find that it can be used for any type of tools if other mods allow it. And it's also used for canisters, but again, a lot of these ores are mostly used in their compressed state. Next we have lead. Lead comes from galena ore, which is found, I believe, on Venus, and it's only used for one thing. It's made, well, this is not in the mod, but if there's a second mod that you have that does allow for lead tools, the Galacticraft lead will work with it. But the big thing that's used for is making the radioisotopic core, the atomic battery, which you just take the radioisotope core, which is found on Venus from crashed probes, and surround it with lead. This is only used for this thing, so after a certain amount of time you really won't need it unless you need a lot of atomic batteries. Next we have silicon. Silicon is from silicon ore, and it's only used in this spot of the circuit fabricator. You'll never need anything other than this in the circuit fabricator, and because this is the only spot that actually changes. So next we have, I'm just gonna keep that then. So we have raw meteoric iron, which to acquire it you just have to mine fallen meteors, and it is used to make meteor chunks, which are a weapon, or smelted into meteoric iron ingots, which are used in thrusters, sensor glasses, arc furnaces, a lot of fun stuff. But again, most of this stuff is compressed. So next we have lunar sapphires, which can be obtained from sapphire ore on the Moon, and the only thing that these are used for is as a trading currency for the villagers, and it's actually really useful because they can give you fuel, oxygen supplies, oxygen, energy, food, materials, a lot of fun stuff, and you can trade. You can also obtain them for 20 of a type of sapling. Now let's close this back up. So next we have all of these dash things. So first thing is unrefined dash, which is obtained from dash ore, and it's only used to be smelted into dash ingots. As you can see, you can either just take the ore itself, or from dash ore you can get the unrefined dash. This is used to make arc lamps and a few other machines, as well as a set of tools and armor. And it is also compressed, where it has a few more uses. Then we have the dash sticks, which are crafted like so with 2 dash, and these are used for all of the dash tools. Next up we have fragmented carbon, which you get from coal or charcoal in either of these two fashions. However, you do note that you do get double the amount of fragmented carbon from coal than charcoal. That can be important. Next we have iron titanium shards. These both come from, I believe it's pronounced ilmenite ore, and you can get either of these. You're more like, I do believe you're more likely to get iron than titanium, but both the iron shards smelt into iron ingots, titanium smelts into titanium ingots, which these are used to make titanium weaponry if there's a secondary mod that allows it, as well as compressed titanium, which is where most of its uses are in walkways and tools and weapons. Next we have titanium dust. This item is very, very big when you hold it in your hand, and that's because it's not really part of the mod. It is more of a filler item, so that way you can obtain the Galacticraft titanium. And this is meant to be used with Industrial Craft 2, I believe. So that way you can grind up the ore, titanium ore, and still get more of it from something in that mod. I'm not exactly sure what's in that mod that will allow you to get this. I think it's a grindstone type thing or a crusher, but I've not really used the mod. I haven't used that mod too much, and so I really wouldn't know too much about that. But if you guys want me to, I will, after I finish with all these videos, because there's going to be a lot for Galacticraft. I might do Industrial Craft 2 if you guys want to. So, and also, if you have any other suggestions for mods you want me to showcase, please don't hesitate to comment them down below. And while you're down below, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video if you found it informative and want to see more videos by yours truly. Next, we have the big room, where there's a lot of stuff to cover. So I'm going to see if I can go through it fairly quickly. First thing we have is the battery, which is made with a bunch of compressed tin, redstone dust, and a coal, and you get 2 of them. These are used to store energy for all the machines, as well as the atomic battery, which I showed you guys earlier, with lead and the radioisotope core, and the infinite battery, which is a creative mode only item. Next we have 2 different types of wafer, which are made in the circuit fabricator with a diamond, 2 silicon, a redstone, and redstone torch. For the basic one, you get 3, and then that's the wrong button. And then we have same setup but with a redstone repeater, and you only get 1. So there's a lot more stuff that goes into this one. Next we have the beam core. The beam core is made with a glass pane, 4 compressed iron, and 4 redstone dust, and it is used for all of the lasers as well as for the astro miner and its components. Next we have canvas. Canvas is made with any type of wooden stick and 5 string, and is used to make the flag, which I'll get to later, and the parachute, again, we'll get to later. And there's also the pre-launch checklist, which I covered in the very first video. There will be links to both the previous videos in the description, as well as all future videos, once I get around to it. Next we have compressed copper, tin, aluminum, steel, bronze, iron, meteoric iron, and titanium. All of these, such as copper, tin, and aluminum, all require 2. However, steel requires a compressed iron and 2 coal. Bronze requires a compressed tin and compressed copper. Compressed iron is just 2. Meteoric iron is just 1. Is just 1, and titanium is 2. I think I covered all of it. Yeah. Next we have the fluid manipulator, which is made with an advanced wafer 2 of any type of slime ball, 4 meteoric iron, and 2 oxygen fans. And this is used for a lot of the liquid centric machines. Again, the machines, I'll reference the machines showcase a lot, which is the previous one, so you should really check it out if you're confused about what all these machines do. Next we have the 3 things for oxygen, which are the concentrator, which is made with a tin canister, 3 compressed tin, 4 compressed steel, and an oxygen vent. The oxygen vent, which is a single compressed steel and 3 compressed tin, and the oxygen fan, which is 4 compressed steel, a basic wafer, and some redstone. These are all used for some of the components of the oxygen related things. As you can see, they are actually, they're all used in the oxygen collector, but they're used in the oxygen things that centered around oxygen. Next we have the sensor lens. The sensor lens is made with a compressed meteoric iron, 4 glass panes, 4 pieces of redstone, and these are used for only one thing, sensor glasses, which I will cover later in this same video. Next we have the 4 things used for solar panels. So first we have the blue solar waffle, which you get 9 of by putting 1 lapis lazuli in the circuit fabricator. The single solar module, which you get of taking 3 blue solar wafers, 3 pieces of glass, and 3 aluminum wires, and you get 2 of them. And then these you take. I always hit the wrong button. Sorry. Then you take 6 solar panels, and yeah, six of these, and what the magic? Sorry, the words aren't working. I'm reading off the screen right now. Aluminum wires, 3 aluminum wires, and get a full solar panel, which is used to make the 2 different types of basic and advanced solar panel, which I did cover in the machine showcase. And next is the steel pole, which is just 3 compressed steel. You get 2 of them, and that is used for the flag, the solar panels, and in the astro miner. Next are the 2 types of canisters. These are basically the cauldron crafting recipe, and you get 2 of them. And you can actually smelt these back into 3 iron, not 3 iron, 3 tin or copper. Next we have the different types of cloths. We have thermal cloth, which is any type of wool, and a single piece of redstone dust, and isothermal, which is dash ingot and 2 of the thermal cloths. These are used to make their corresponding armor, which I will cover again later. I have a lot of stuff upstairs. Next we have the Orion drive. The Orion drive is made with any type, which is made with any type of diamond, any type of lapis, any type of gold ore, coal ore, ilmenite ore, dash ore, cheese ore, and a redstone ore surrounded by a beam core. These are used in the astro miner. Next we have the 3 types of heavy duty plates, tier 1, 2, and 3. Tier 1, you get 2 of them, and it is 2 compressed bronze, 2 compressed aluminum, and 2 compressed steel. The tier 2 of the plate is just tier 1 with a compressed meteoric iron, and the heavy duty is tier 2 with compressed dash. So now we have a few more rocket parts, which are the nose cone, which is tier 1 plates and a redstone torch, and the heavy nose cone, which is tier 3 plates and a redstone torch. The tier 1 rocket engine, which is a tin or copper canister, a flint and steel, a button, 4 heavy duty plate tier 1, and 1 oxygen vent. Now the button can be on either side. Or we have the heavy rocket engine, which is the exact same thing, however it requires tier 3 plates. Then we have rocket fins, which require 2 compressed steel and 4 heavy duty plate tier 1, and heavy rocket fins, which can be made 2 ways. They can be made with compressed titanium and heavy duty plates, or in place of the compressed titanium, tier 2 heavy duty plates. So next we have tier 1 boosters, buggy seat, and buggy storage box. Tier 1 boosters are made with 4 compressed meteoric iron, a yellow wool, a fuel canister, an oxygen vent, and 2 heavy duty plate tier 1. The buggy seat in there with some compressed steel and some nice soft compressed iron, so that way it's a comfortable seat. And then we have a buggy storage box, which is a chest, 2 compressed iron, and 6 compressed steel. Now we have the last buggy component, which is the buggy wheel, which is made with a compressed steel surrounded by a bunch of leather. As you can see, the seat and buggy wheel are used, and if you want to have storage, then you have to include those. Next is the ambient thermal controller, which is made with an oxygen vent, a compressed steel, a basic buffer, 4 compressed bronze, and 2 redstone dust. And if you may recall from the machine showcase, this was used in, I believe, I can't remember off the tip of my tongue it's on the tip of my tongue, I can't remember what it is, but it's used in a machine that had something to do with, I believe it was the oxygen bubble machine. However, I am not sure at the moment. So you should check out you should check out the machine showcase, so that way you know what I'm talking about with this, because I do mention this in that video. Next, we have the Slimeling inventory bag, which is a slime ball, any type of slime ball, a diamond, 4 leather, and a chest. And this is used so that way your slimelings, which, if you remember, I mentioned in the first video, and you can tame them and use them as pets, and they can hold an inventory. Next, we have the flag, which is pretty big. It has a really nice holding animation. The flag, however, is made with 4 canvas and 3 steel poles, and it actually takes time for you to place it down. And yeah, you can customize your flag if you go here, there's a space race manager, and I will do a separate video on this. I think I'm gonna do this in the same video as the rocket, because I haven't done a bunch of research on that yet, and I don't quite know too much about it right now. Next is throwable meteor chunks, which raw meteor iron gets 3, and if you smelt the throwable meteor chunk, you get the hot ones, the hot versions. So then we have 3 of these items. The dungeon locator is a creative only item that allows you to seek out dungeons on other planets. And then the strange seeds are 2 items found in the asteroids dimension in the different types of abandoned bases that currently have no use in game. And then of course we have the dungeon keys, which drop from this, of course, their corresponding boss, and they open their corresponding chests. That was a big mouthful. So next up, we have all the food. So in the food we have cans, a bunch of different types of canned food. We have dehydrated apples, which is a tin canister and 2 apples. And then all of these are a tin canister with their corresponding food on them, as you can see. So then we also have the cheese curd, which the cheese curd is obtained from cheese ore and is used to actually make slime balls, which is very interesting, using sugar and cactus greens. And if you take a bunch of them and throw them with a bucket of milk, you get a block of cheese, which is used to make cheese slices, which are then used to make cheeseburgers, which I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to show you guys how to make all these. So the burger bun is made with 2 wheat, an egg, and a bucket of milk. Ground beef is made from a single piece of raw beef, and you just get 2 of them, so it's really good. And then you can smelt that, and then make burger. Oh yeah, burger, bun, cheese, patty, cooked. Yep. Cool. Okay, now for the fun. Now, actually, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show the fun stuff. That's the fun stuff's over there. Showing the fun stuff last. So, up here we have the oxygen. If I can get up there. Okay, I'm just gonna have to walk up. Okay. So we have oxygen gear and mask, which is this is an iron helmet and glass panes, and this is an oxygen concentrator and some fluid pipes, which remember from earlier in the showcase. So, and then we have the 3 different sizes of oxygen tank. These all are made. These are all made using some sort of compressed material. And the first one is copper. Then there's the color of wool corresponding to its size, and then a tin canister. So as you can see here, orange canisters, compressed tin, and here compressed steel, tin canisters, red wool. And there's always one more row of it. Now you can fill these canisters up by either taking liquid oxygen and combining them with it in a crafting table, or by filling it up in the oxygen compressor, which I cover in the previous video. Next we have the padding, which is made with the thermal padding, which is made by thermal cloths, and the isothermal padding, well, the isothermal helmet and armor set is made with isothermal fabric. Now, I didn't put all of them in because that would take up a lot of space, but there's full armor made in the regular vanilla ways for both of those. Next we have the space emergency kit. This is full of everything you're going to need: oxygen gear, oxygen mask, oxygen tanks, parachute, some food, a pickaxe, and some potions. So, when you right click on this, which I'm going to do right now, now you won't get to keep it. But, so if I was to go into survival mode, and click on here, now I already had a parachute equipped, but normally the red parachute would be equipped there, and then this stuff would auto equip, and then you get this in your inventory. Wait, I did the wrong command again. Okay, so now we jump down here to all of the different canisters. So the empty canister is made with 6 compressed tin, a tin canister, a glass, and compressed steel, and all these are just filled up with the things from the different machines, either the methane synthesizer, gas liquefiers, or the refinery. So now over here there are just 2 small things. We have an infinite oxygen supply, which is a creative only item, and the atmospheric valve, which is an oxygen and 3 dash ingots, and this is used in the methane synthesizer to allow for atmospheric carbon to be used instead of fragmented carbon, which atmospheric carbon I do believe can only be used on Venus, but it might also be able to be used on Earth. I think I covered that in the machines showcase, which you should go watch. I mentioned that a lot. You should really go watch it if you're confused. Not as many people have watched it as the first one. So now we have this stuff. So I'm gonna go up here and I'll actually start over here. So the first thing is the portable oil extractor. Now this is an item that no longer actually exists in the game. It existed in Galacticraft 3 and is now being replaced with a simple bucket. So you no longer need to craft something special to obtain oil, and you can just use a bucket. Next we have the standard wrench, which is a compressed steel and 2 compressed bronze. And as you would expect from a wrench, it rotates things. So boom, rotated. And I do believe you can rotate it yeah, you can rotate other machines in circles. Next we have the frequency module, which is 2 compressed iron, a compressed aluminum, 2 redstone dust, a redstone repeater, and a basic wafer. And this is used, it gives you this cool looking radar dish on your head. But it's used to communicate with the alien villagers and to do things with the telemetry units, allowing this interface to be shown for things that you've linked to it. So, next we have the parachute. The parachute is made with 3 string and 3 canvas, and you can dye them any single color you want. Okay, the sensor lenses, sensor glasses, which are made with 2 sensor lenses, a mediocre iron ingot, 4 string, and a diamond. And if you was to equip these, you get this little interface thing. And so if I was to say, if I was to take a diamond ore, you see a little cube thing. Now there's a certain range, but if I was to let's say completely cover it, you're in a cave, you don't see it, you go near the wall, and then you see, oh, there's a little cube there. Boom, you found diamonds. So this is really useful when you're going caving and don't want to mine up a whole bunch of stuff, and it just goes in the helmet slot. Next I have this. This is really fun. This is the grapple. It's just a grappling hook. You shoot it, and boom. You shoot it, and boom, you're down there. Ooh, whoa. Now, of course, you have to note that it's not going to teleport you through blocks. So let's say, if I throw it there, but then, dang, I didn't do it. I didn't do it wrong this time. So if you throw it there and then run it over here, you're just gonna get stuck to the ceiling like you saw me do then. But it's really, oh, I forgot to show you guys how it's crafted, sorry. So, it is 3 iron ingots and 2 string, very, very simple to craft. Next we have this stuff. So, I'm going to start with this. We have this shield controller, which is found in Venus Tier 3 chests. And what you do is, if I was to go into survival mode, you'll see this slot right there. You put it in there, and then it will prevent your armor from being corroded by the Venus atmosphere. Next we have the pickaxes. So we have the heavy duty pickaxe, which is sticks and compressed steel, the titanium pickaxe, which is iron ingots and compressed titanium, dash pickaxe, which is dash sticks and dash ingots, and then we have the volcanic pickaxe, which has to be found in Venus chests, and now it's one of these two is found, not both of them, so you're going to have to find multiple if you want both. But the volcanic pickaxe mines a 3.3 area depending on what direction you're facing. Now, the sticky dash pickaxe, I'm actually going to cover at the very end, because it's very interesting. It's a secret. So then of course we have heavy duty helmet, which is just compressed steel, dash helmet, dash ingots, titanium, compressed titanium. Yeah, all that. So, sticky dash pickaxe is not acquirable through any means of crafting, as you can see. So, in order to obtain it, you have to be in survival mode. You have to take a normal dash pickaxe, enchant it with silk touch, and then mine a slimeling egg, and watch carefully what happens to it. Boom, it becomes a sticky dash pickaxe. So, the sticky dash pickaxe is important because it allows you to obtain the creeper eggs from the creeper boss. So, back to creative. Show you. So yeah, there is a creeper egg, and it appears in the Mars dungeons. So, yeah. So, and that. Now, on the Wikipedia, it actually doesn't say this. So, please note that it's a guarded secret, even by the people that make the wiki. But anyway, guys, I would like to thank you all very much for watching this video, and I would very much appreciate it if you were to subscribe and leave a like on this video. It really helps the channel a lot. We are so close to 100 subscribers, and I'm still taking suggestions for what to do for the 100 subscriber special, because I am anticipating it coming up in the coming months. And I really want to do some sort of live stream, but I don't have too many ideas right now. So if you could please, comment some, or follow me on Instagram, which will be down below. Just type that into the Instagram search bar, and you'll be able to find me. And I do hope that your day is going great, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.